Ba-da-da-da-da. Hey, ba-da-ba-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to WrestleAM. It's half morning show, half wrestling show, all BS, and I am joined by SidsLight and a moving Taguchi. I couldn't believe it. He is SidsLight. He's a huge fan of Taguchi. I am Dave Koco, Kocosports, and I'm a big fan of the Yokohama Grits. Is he gonna move the whole show? Or
He might. Who knows?
we got a lot of topics to talk about tonight. I don't know how in depth we're going to get into all these topics, but we got a bunch that we got going. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Also check us out, SidsLight on everything, Kocosports on everything. And our first one, Money in the Bank. It's in the books. There you go.
Money
Okay.
in the bank. Yeah.
No. You keep disappearing. Why do you keep disappearing? Okay. Money in the Bank. Don't disappear. All right. Do you give this bad boy a win, loss, or tie? What do you give this bad boy? As always, feel free in the comments. Sid, go first.
I'm gonna give it a really weak win.
Okay.
For me, the main event, Bloodline Civil War match, is really the only big moment to me on the show. The rest of the show was it was okay. I did like the way that both Money in the Bank matches played out, but those are always decent matches.
Yeah. Money in the Bank, especially the ladder matches, are probably one of my favorite gimmicks. I put Money in the Bank up there with the Royal Rumble as pretty solid pay-per-views usually. I mean, you really have to go out of your way to score Money in the Bank. I'm giving it a win. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, but the atmosphere made it amazing. And I'll probably say this a few times during the podcast, but I want to bring this point home. It doesn't matter if you're WWE, AEW, Impact, New Japan, or New Japan Strong. When people go overseas or do a co-promotion in a new country or whatever, it seems like the athletes care more. And because the fans don't get to see it all the time, I think it's a huge win. So there you go. Giving it a win. I can't stop looking at that. I'm going to go over quick reviews. Feel free to cut me off anytime you want. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think you are literally the only person that called this. Damian
Really?
Priest wins.
I thought it was super obvious.
See, I think so many people were in love with LA Knight. So many people were in love with LA Knight. Obviously, my dumbass like, Nakamura and Ricochet has a chance, New Japan. But
yeah, never.
Because I feel like I as a dumbass picked Ricochet and Nakamura, but they weren't going to happen. LA Knight seems to be the most popular pick, and I thought maybe they would throw in Logan Paul just to be, shithead celebrity, look at him. I am pretty sure, and you know me, I hang out on the internets a lot. You were the only person that picked Damian Priest that I know of. Of course, now that we say that, 800 people will be like, I said Damian Priest. I said Damian Priest.
I believed it all along. No, he's been on a superstar rise, and ever since those pictures circled of the before and after of him, like a few years ago when he was overweight, he had badly applied makeup, his ring gear didn't look that great working on the indies, right side by side with him at WWE. I think it was at the lead-in to Backlash, somewhere around that time. When that got circulated, and then the next pay-per-view was going to be Puerto Rico, there was no doubt in my mind at that point, WWE is going to push this dude to the fucking moon.
Yeah, because WWE, especially Vince and Triple H, and most of them are really into, working out. What's the word I'm looking for? Shit, I had a word for it.
Growth?
Fitness is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
They're really into fitness, and people that are really into fitness love people that turn their lives around. You're like, oh, he was a fat podcaster, and now look at him. So
and
yeah.
WWE in general, they always love having that good story that they can go back to and tap in. Because think about it, like saying like a year from now, we get Damian beating whomever to get the title finally. Huge moment, huge moment. They are going to immediately put out a documentary where it's going back about how he was overweight, all this, struggling on the indies, blah, blah, blah. You know they'll do it. That's why they eat it up. Anyone they can do big stories on.
It's a good story because like
Mm-hmm.
everyone has been, not almost everyone. I mean, there's some athletes who are great genes, but most people have hit being out of shape. The average person knows what it's like to be out of shape, so it's just such an easy story to connect to. It's such an easy story to connect to. Then you have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv and Rodriguez win. They defeat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler turns on Ronda Rousey. We'll be talking about that in the future. New champions, 9 minutes. As a guy that only watches highlights in the pay-per-view and didn't pay attention to the internet stories, I was like, what the hell? It did make him kind of look stupid. It kind of made him look stupid. It's like, this is when I'm going to snap. But
yeah, it was a real weird timing for her to have snapped. Like, why snap in the middle of the match? Toss away your own championship opportunity. Like, you're throwing away, because kayfabe, outside of kayfabe, no matter how you look at it, getting another championship belt onto your list of accolades, there's no character that's not for or in favor of that. It doesn't make sense to turn on them and cost their chance to win the belts in the middle of the match.
yeah,
Stupid.
and kayfabe wise, it's pretty dumb too, because it makes the next champs look weak, but also like, if let's say me and you were gonna win the Super Bowl, and I was like, oh god damn it, I'm pissed off at him. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna throw 3 interceptions and lose a Super Bowl to fucking be like, yeah, take that, raccoon. I don't know,
Right?
it just seems silly.
It makes no sense to me from a character perspective at all.
Yeah. International Championship, Gunther defeats Matt Riddle, but also have a huge return. Overall, I was shocked. I have some younger viewers in the Twitch thing, and they're not feeling Gunther. I'm feeling Gunther, and Mr. European's back. So, what did you think of this match?
My buddy Heinous, who I finally got him more into, like, he'll at least watch modern wrestling now, and he's keeping up with it, with WWE's. And I can kind of get him to watch AEW, but he doesn't like it. But he's interesting as a barometer for those, like, for me at least, for those old fans that have come back a little bit, because he 100% his Attitude Era was all he liked in wrestling
Oh, there's
for the
so many
longest
fans that
time.
were like that, though.
Yeah, but he's a great barometer for me personally to be able to gauge and see how he reacts to different things. Dude,
Yeah.
he is into it. Like, super into it, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm with you. I mean, no, I'm not with you. I don't get why anyone's that into Gunther. I like the strong style matches, and I like the ring general personality because of his announcer sidekick, but that's it. And like, meanwhile, he's fucking head over heels in love with Gunther, wants him to beat Roman, loves Gunther, and I'm sitting here like, he's okay. His matches are entertaining. They aren't bad, but he's just another angry foreign character again.
Yeah.
It's like Rusev again.
Um, I could be wrong on this. This is kind of like, I'm just throwing it out there. You know, sometimes you throw out ideas, even though you're not 100% sure if it's right or not.
Hmm.
This is my theory, okay? My
Okay,
hypothesis, if you will.
if you will.
I think the fans that watch the international, the indies, and more than WWE love Walter so much that when he came to WWE, lost the weight, and became a strong style wrestler, we still remember the greatness that's Walter. And I feel like that audience spread out to the casual audience. And now everyone likes him, even though he's a bit different. That's my kind of theory on it. I could be wrong. I actually like him, but also it's kind of like you see AJ Styles start from the indies. You see, well, you know, you kind of have a connection. But I like it a lot, and I like strong style. So that might be 2 factors going into it.
Don't get me wrong. His triple threat at WrestleMania was one of the greatest matches WWE's ever had. in my opinion. It was a phenomenal strong style match. Um, well, one of the greatest strong style matches they've ever had with him, Drew, and Sheamus. So the match against Drew should be gold when that happens.
Yeah, it should be good. Drew does make a comeback. According to Triple H, don't believe the internet. And you know what? It's kind of hard because I know like a lot of people shit on internet reporters and all that. But A, anyone that's worked in mainstream media, they get it wrong all the time. They just have a shinier presentation. And B, you're covering something where people lie for a living. Like, so it's like kind of difficult. So, but yeah, Triple H had a couple cheap shots. Next, you got Cody Rhodes defeats Dominic Mysterio. Crossroads 840. Fans going crazy singing it. I believe it was Cody's birthday that day. Happy birthday, Cody.
Happy birthday, Cody.
Dominic Mysterio being a great heel. Cody Rhodes being a great face. This works. Short match. Gets the job done. And I'm happy. Your thoughts on the match?
I'm not.
Okay.
Listen, hear me out.
I'm hearing
The
you.
better story would have been if he goes out to have that match and gets jumped and gets the absolute shit kicked out of him before the bell rings to start the match. I mean, completely obliterated. And it doesn't matter if you have just Brock Lesnar do it or if you have Judgment Day do it. Either way, it's great. I know Brock wouldn't have went to London, but either way, just a pack destroying him works too. And then having Dom just get the pin on him after he's already out. That's come on. Dom being a shit heel about beating Cody like that for the next 2 months would have been gold.
Yeah, so that's awesome, man. Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. And the only thing I want to take a step farther is that Brock was there the next day.
Oh
Brock
wait, shit, you're right.
Brock was there the next day on Monday Night Raw. So it's like
Yeah.
and not all that, but I'm sure there would have been a big payday if he went over to overseas. So it's kind of an interesting situation. There
You're
you go.
right, because I stand firm on what I said on a Profits segment. I think that if you had had Brock show up and just obliterate Cody and decimate him like Suplex City debut style, and then just Dom lays on him, I think that's just pure fucking gold.
Yeah. So so to me, it's amazing. But yeah, I see your point. Next, you got women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Sky defeats Vega, Lynch, Zoe, Bailey, and Trish Stratus. 17 minutes and 50 seconds. I enjoyed this, and sometimes living in Japan 20, 30 years, you kind of start rooting for Japanese talent just because you get to see them, grow up and move up through the system. Kind of like when I was in Florida, I rooted for Florida guys. And I never thought Sky was winning this, so it's a nice touch.
I don't remember who I predicted, honestly, for this match.
I don't think I do either. But
Yeah, but
I thought
it was a
maybe
fun
Becky
match.
Lynch.
See, I think. All right, so this is my opinion. Whenever you have like a tag team or a faction inside a multi-person match, I think if they lose that match as a tag team or a faction when they have that advantage, it's just really bad. Like it makes them look like they're idiots. So I'm glad that a faction won it. Like I'm biased in that way.
Got it. Next, you get the World Heavyweight Championship. I got a lot of spoilers because I was streaming, and I was so lucky I didn't get the spoilers for this, but I kind of wish I did. I did not watch this live. And it's obvious, but it still hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, champion, defeats Finn Balor. Short match, 12 minutes, 30 seconds. And I don't know. Finn Balor's kind of like, Dolph Ziggler 2.0. This time he just has a group of friends. But yeah, this one hurt. And I'm not very anti-Seth Rollins, but I just don't want to see Finn Balor go down. But also, the Damian Priest and Finn Balor storyline is a little bit interesting. It looks like Finn Balor could have won. Damian Priest was thinking about cashing in. There's some tension there.
Yeah.
But it would also, maybe if Finn Balor won, you could still have tension, but maybe I'm just asking, as Golden Star Alex likes to say, you're asking for too much. You're asking for too much.
So here's my thing. I'll first say, I love Finn Balor as a wrestler. I think Fergal Devitt was amazing. I thought he is arguably the best or second best leader of Bullet Club. I believe he was the first leader. He has some of the best entrances of all time, both in WWE and in New Japan. Like, I love the zombie entrance. And he was in Apollo 55, so I'm biased. Taguchi. But if he got kicked out of the Judgment Day, I don't feel like Judgment Day really loses anything right now.
No. I actually think probably Finn Balor has a better shot at being kicked out right now, because at least he'll have a storyline where he's the enemy. I mean,
Because
go ahead.
Him getting kicked out and going face could actually be really cool.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Not that, but I just want to add something here. The video package for this match was off the chart. They did a lot of effort there, and it was the story. Like I'm a big catch of lines and dialogue or whatever. I just think sometimes there's like a line or two that just motivates you. But he's like, one of us got better and the other one got bitter. And then it shows, then it shows Finn, and he goes, all I got left, I'm paraphrasing, all I got left is bitterness. I thought that was so good writing. Whoever wrote that, give yourself a Barry Horowitz. That intro was off the charts. So, there you go.
That was a great package. I wish every wrestling promotion would put high-quality packages like that before all their matches at pay-per-views, because it instantly makes it easier to get casual friends involved.
Oh, 100%. And not that, because I consider myself a casual. Like, there's so many times I'll go watch and I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm pumped up. You're caught up. And WWE really does care about casual fans, so it is the best way to get them caught up and caring about your storyline. Bloodline Civil War Tag Team Match. The Usos defeat Roman Reigns and Solo via Uso Splash by Jay on Roman Reigns. 32 minutes long. The Usos do get the pin. I thought this was an NWO Bobby the Brain Heenan thing, where they gave out too much information prior. They're like, Roman Reigns hasn't been pinned in 3 years. I was like, they just kept saying that too much.
Why'd you bring that fact up so much, guys?
Yeah. They brought that fact up a lot. So it's going to be interesting. I think this is one of the better sports entertainment storylines in a while. And I've been enjoying it, and it's been a fun ride. Overall, I thought it was good. I just thought the match was a tad long, but not too much. Just, okay, I get it. But yeah, overall, Roman Reigns getting pinned would have been great. I just wish they didn't say the stat. Like, it felt like they said it a bunch. And maybe it's because you watch the same video packages over and over and over. But I thought they were going, he hasn't been pinned in 3 years. Way too much. It would have been great. And we're nitpicking a great moment here. But it would have been great if they didn't mention that. 1, 2, 3. And then you said it. You're like, he hasn't been pinned in 3 years. That would have been a lot better and exciting. But like we're saying, we're nitpicking. Overall, give it a win. I know a lot of people don't like WWE because, they're so loyal to brands or hating brands. But I really think under the Triple H era, the pay-per-views are enjoyable to watch. The Raws and the SmackDowns go up and down, but I feel like the pay-per-views are pretty good. And unless you watch, the more you enjoy it. I know they always wanted casual fans. Here we are. You were about to say something?
Honestly, I'd say since Triple H has taken over, it has been... AEW has more good wrestling on a day-by-day basis at their regular shows, but WWE has far more interesting regular shows as far as storylines go and storytelling.
So keep it up, Triple H, and distract Vince. just distract him as much as possible. All right, story number 2. Bam! Speaking of Triple H, bam, he said, they were teasing this a lot. John Cena teased it a lot. He made an appearance at the pay-per-view. WrestleMania at London. And I said earlier, and this is going to be a theme of it, I think when Japanese athletes go overseas, American athletes, when you guys go overseas in different companies, the fans have more of a thing, just like an Independence Day for New Japan Strong, Forbidden Door, at London, Impact in Australia. I think the athletes try harder, and I think the fans are more excited because WrestleMania, where are you going to put it? In America. Dallas? Well, they get 4. I'm just guessing here, but they get about 4 major shows a year. Tampa gets like 6 major shows. New York has major shows. So all these places have major shows. So it's not as special. But if you go bring that stuff overseas, I think it's more special. I think it is. And granted, I do live in Japan, so that might be why. Like, hell yeah, bring a Royal Rumble to Japan. But going to London, going to Australia, traveling the world, making it international would be awesome. So Triple H, I wish you nothing but the best. What do you think? WrestleMania London.
I think if you want a Royal Rumble in Japan, you just need an AEW pay-per-view to go to Japan.
That is true.
Announce an AEW pay-per-view in the Tokyo Dome, you will get a Royal Rumble before that day.
Triple H is just like, where are you going next, Tony? Tony's like, we're going to Tokyo. They're like, God damn it.
All right, what pay-per-view can we move? Where can we get out of a contract?
Yeah, it's like, wherever you go, I'm going. And I know the world, it's weird. The world is like so worshiping corporations that I think a lot of people forget competition's a good thing. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all the social media is competing against each other. Wrestling companies competing against each other. We win. And I think because people have been so loyal to companies, they don't realize that we win. And I think it would be, you could charge more money overseas. The fans will be more excited because they don't get to see the athletes that much, and it's a big event, and it's kind of like you're representing your country. It's like, okay, you bring, I don't know, I'm just going to pull Sydney. You go to Sydney. Australia, in their heart, will be like, we got to represent. We got to show the fans are excited, he's pumped up. Where if you go to Tampa, and I love Tampa with all my heart, dude, they're not pumped up for shit. I used to sit on the floor in Tampa, and they're like, so where are we going after this?
So I think the big thing is every time they're going to go to a new market, because they don't go there often, there's way more excited fans that are going to be at the show. Not just because, well, we want to make our crowds look good, but because they're excited because they know that these shows only come around however so often, and this is one of their few opportunities to really enjoy the show.
Yeah, and I could kind of deal with that because I live in a major city, Yokohama and Tokyo. That's where I've lived for the last like 10, 20-ish years. It's probably where I'm going to live the rest of my life. I remember like when Okinawa, it's kind of like the Hawaii of Japan. When a wrestling event came to Okinawa, I just went. I didn't give a shit who was on the card. I didn't care about anything. But living in Tokyo, you get to see this stuff all the time. It's like there are 6, 8, 9 shows every single day. So like when a good card comes, you're like, maybe I'll go. You get spoiled. And I think major cities that have a lot of wrestling or from a certain company get spoiled. Tampa was spoiled. They came in 4, 5, 6 times. I remember I was at a show. I was sitting on the floor with Shannon Rose, rest in peace. And when we went to Tampa, they unmasked DDP as the stalker. And 2 fans went, I heard it was Vince. One fan said, I heard it was Vince. And then one said, I heard it's DDP. And I kid you not, 3 or 4 people like, just shut the fuck up, man. Who cares? They'll show us in 10 seconds. Like, there was no... Like, everyone's planning what they're doing next in Tampa. No one was like, fuck yeah, who's fucking... Like, they're like, don't worry, they'll tell us. Don't worry, where are we going next? Like, it's like, all right, there we go. Where are we going next? So I think WWE being in cities that are highly populated, but they don't visit often, are going to pack the place. Are absolutely going to pack the place. So Yeah, so more international, says the guy from Japan. More international shows. And
He's not biased.
yeah, but I do think like Japan going to America, the athletes try more. And I think like it's more of a special thing. Like, here's an example. I don't know, Okada. If Okada's main eventing in Tokyo, I'm 50-50 on seeing that shit because it happens all the time. But if it happened in Tampa or, I'd be like, oh shit, I can't miss this. I just think it
Hmm.
feels more special. And I think that has to do with also, too, if you've lived out in the country in the city, it's country and city life. If circus comes to you out in the country, goddamn, you're going to see that circus because that's the only thing you're going to see for another 6 months. If a circus comes to a city, like, oh, whatever, dude. Maybe I'll go if I got shit to do. So it's just certain cities are spoiled because they just have lots of events where you could get the best of both worlds by going overseas where you're normally not. So
Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
there you go. All right, next. We talked about this earlier. Ronda Rousey got turned on at the pay-per-view, and it was kind of weird, kayfabe-wise, story-wise. Didn't see it coming. But now the internet is reporting that she has a hard out. Ronda Rousey reportedly gave WWE a hard out departure date, so she might be leaving. There's been internet rumors, none that I could see a legit source for, saying that she might go back to MMA, and that's a possibility. She get paid really well. But I was really enjoying this tag team run and the story. I'm sure she's gonna put over her friend before she leaves. But yeah, it kept getting delayed. Because big companies can do that in their contracts. They'll delay it. And you're like, oh, we need a hard out. So my take, it will be SummerSlam. I don't watch every second of WWE. And I've always been a Ronda guy. Always. I know, like, she's had some PR nightmares here and there, had some missteps, but I think she is basically what the strong female lead really is. And is she perfect? No, but I was always a fan of her. So, what are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey leaving, rumors, and just overall thoughts, sir?
I think her leaving's unfortunate. I was actually into their tag team. I thought they had a fun tag team. The idea that they wanted more challenges, so they wanted to travel and do all the brands in WWE. I thought that was really exciting. Uh, I guess that won't be happening, but it was really cool when it was on paper as a maybe thing. I thought it was going to be fun. But yeah, they did the turn, and now you have Ronda with her heart out, and they cut a promo against each other on Monday night. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I've two stances on it, I guess. For Ronda, I don't think she's gonna go back to the MMA world unless she's okay with losing, because I don't think she's still got it. I think going into taking a break for this long is not something that in MMA is typically conducive to a better fight return.
Yeah,
And
I just want to add something real quick, sir. Age and breaks are just the death hit, just a death shot in fighting.
yeah.
Go on.
And then additionally on that, I think she has shown that she cannot handle losses very well. So I don't see her going back for more than one fight at most. And I don't know that she would go back for that one fight unless she's really deluded herself into thinking she can crush somebody.
And we never know what someone's personal finances are, but I haven't read anything where she's bad with money. Her partner is a MMA fighter to the best of my knowledge. And I apologize, I don't follow personal lives, but I can't imagine she's not hurting for money. So, but
Yeah.
I'm not their accountant. So, and here's the thing too. I think it was on Buy and Sell or one of the segments, we just talked about how great it was to have them as they rebuild the tag division. It was like have them as long champs, rebuild the division, and that just got all thrown out. It was like, all
Yeah,
right,
it's gone now.
yeah. So at least they combined the
First turn.
belts. Yeah.
And then the other half of it was like during the Monday promo, Shayna's pointing out how Ronda was never next to her setting up rings, hoping for a chance to wrestle that night. Ronda wasn't next to her during blah 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 for basically going through how she struggled on the indies to get there. And in my head, I just kept thinking, yeah, this is true. You did pay your dues on the indies. I'm pretty sure the only reason she got a real shot to get into WWE when she did was because of her relationship with Ronda.
I mean,
So I mean,
go ahead,
it's
sir.
kind of hard to deny that Ronda helped her get in. So to try and sell it as Ronda didn't do anything for her is kind of, I don't know. The whole turn's been kind of silly.
Yeah, the turn has been silly. I think this is just Ronda trying to help her friends. Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that she only got the job because of Ronda. We'll never know, but it's a strong feeling. But here's the thing: the indie thing works great on a Logan Paul or a Bad Bunny. It works
Hmm.
great if it's a wrestler that never worked the indies. And it
Hmm.
does not, this promo does not look good when it's a silver medalist Olympian who also did mixed martial arts and was a pioneer for women's fighting. It
Yeah.
just, it comes off like kind of cringe. You know what I mean? Like, you got it, you got an easy shot. It's like, yeah, I had to go to the Olympics and then I had to not only because her and oh man, who's the other girl? The girl that was in Star Wars and got in trouble. I apologize, can't think of her name right
Uh,
now.
Carano.
Yeah,
Gina
yeah,
Carano.
her and Gina, they were pioneers. Like the sport was brand new, and they were being pioneers for women fighters. So it just comes off to be weird, you know? It's kind of like I don't know. I'm sure you have this as a veteran. Like you'll be limping, and they're like, "Oh, how did you get that?" And I fell from a helicopter. Like I don't know. It just seems very weird. I get that a lot with pro wrestlers. Oh, are you a tough guy pro wrestler? No, I broke my back on a helicopter. I'm like, all right, well that's kind of fucking awkward conversation. It it feels like that. It's like, yeah, that promo is gold with the right opponent. But for Ronda,
Hmm.
it misses the mark. It misses the fucking mark by a mile. You know, it just does. Ronda, I wish you nothing but the best. I know you've had ups, highs, highest of highs, and some lows during your career, but I've always been a big fan. I don't know why I'm talking like Ronda Rousey's listening. What are the odds of Ronda Rousey listening to this?
But oh no, she stopped as soon as I questioned if she could handle another loss.
She's like, I'm out of here. See you later. Woo! There
Damned
you
if
go.
I'm gonna listen to someone criticize me. She's
Who
mad I
knows?
wear the black eyes better.
All right, Rhonda, good luck wherever you go. One thing is place you might be going is SummerSlam. Dave Meltzer, he's got these matches that are currently happening. And it looks pretty on paper. You got Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. A lot of people are believing this will probably be Ronda Rousey's last match. This could be the hard out, and she's putting over a friend. You got Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. They're working a storyline there. You got Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, the Intercontinental Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Gunther, WWE's Women's Champions Triple Threat, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Asuka, and an undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. What are your thoughts on this card? And do you got any early predictions? This is not a pay-per-view profit. It's just us reacting off what seems to be the rumored card.
The only one I'm interested in is the Roman Jimmy one.
Jay, you mean?
Yeah, Roman J one. That's the only one I'm at all interested in.
Yeah, I love Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. It's kind of like, all right, you're just gonna put over your friend. Trish Stratus,
Yeah.
Becky Lynch. Trish Stratus is just gonna put over a legend. Cody Rhodes versus Brock. Brock will do what Brock does. Just all right, you're gonna be the next main eventer. Let me help you. Drew McIntyre, Gunther. I think that could be a surprise. That could be a very good, strong style match. So yeah, I look forward to that.
I
Uh,
think the problem is for me,
Go ahead.
all of those matches feel very easy to tell who's going to win to me right now. we're a month out. They've done basically minimal build from the current pay-per-view to that pay-per-view. And to me, it feels like it's pretty obvious who's going to win all of the matches, except for Jay versus Roman.
See, I think,
And even then, I think it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be Roman wins.
Drew and Gunther's a little bit hard, but you could probably get, you could probably say, well, Drew signed, so he's going to get it. But at the same time, that one's a little bit hard to do. Here's the thing. I really like the women's championship match. I just wish it wasn't a triple threat. I love all three of these athletes, but a triple threat just seems like, I don't know. It just, the triple threat in ECW compared to now, it just isn't the same. It just seems, it's not.
Triple threats are just rest breaks while two people wrestle.
Yeah, and I don't think, I could be wrong. I don't think Jey Uso is beating Roman Reigns. If he does, it'll probably be at Mania. I can't see him losing this title long streak at SummerSlam. Well,
the only reason I could see it being Jey wins is if they're going to immediately have Damian cash in right away.
Oh, yeah, that could be something. So, but they've been teasing him cashing in on Seth. So
yeah.
Maybe
he'll stop singing his fucking themes.
I think good matchups, but feels a tad bit predictable. But overall, not bad. I wouldn't want to waste 8 to 10 hours a week building up to that. Just give me the video packages and I'm there. Just give me the video packages and I'm there. I was about to say chat. Comments, leave what you think about this early card of SummerSlam. All right, next.
Me too, chat.
I'm super excited about this. All right, Kota Ibushi. I'm reading this off Dark Progressive Flow. Progressive Flow. He has a lot of sources, and Ibushi is one of them, and it's already been acknowledged by other people, but just thought I'd give him credit for what I'm reading off here. Kota Ibushi will wrestle his first match in Japan in almost 2 years on August 4th. I might have to go. I've been having a problem of I want to go to events, and I want to save money. I'm like, all right, I want to go to more events, but I want to save more money. I don't know. I might have to actually become a real reporter. Be like, this is Dave Koco sitting ringside. Everything is awesome, because if I don't say that, I won't get my media credentials. Thank you.
That's true. This is all great. I love it all. Please don't take away my credentials, so I don't want to pay.
All right, moving on. He will be wrestling at GLEAT Version Mega, which will take place at Sumo Hall. This is a big venue for GLEAT to be running it, definitely. With Kota Ibushi, we'll have no problem selling tickets, and I agree with that. For those, me and SidsLight and probably some small people in our community, we are Kota Ibushi heads. We are on Kota Ibushi watch 24/7. If you make me or the raccoon book anything, Kota Ibushi appears.
Yeah, it's almost inevitable.
Yeah. And GLEAT, for those that don't know about GLEAT, I'm going to try my hardest to start telling people what stuff is, because I found out sometimes not everyone knows what I know. Usually people find that out in the 3rd grade, but GLEAT to me is Enochiism now, like if Enochiism was today. They have mixed martial arts, they have different styles, and I think it's the hottest thing going, and you can watch it free on YouTube. Most of their shows, if not all their shows, wind up on YouTube, streaming live, and the presentation has a little bit of a Pride meets Enochi, and it's really fun to watch. I enjoy GLEAT. I haven't been this excited for an indie probably since like Ring of Honor. It has early Ring of Honor feel to it, And Ibushi being here, Sumo Hall, this is huge. I wanted to get your thoughts in, because I have good, bad, and ugly about this too. I worries.
I know very little about GLEAT or the event in general, but anytime you have Kota Ibushi on the card is a good time.
Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. And like I said, me and Sid for the longest time have been waiting for him to return. We just want to see the Golden Lovers reunite. It doesn't matter where. We just want to see
That's really what I want.
All right, so the good we get to see Ibushi in Japan. The last time he was in Bloodsport. All right. The somewhat worrisome part is that he did Bloodsport and now he's doing GLEAT MMA. He's not doing Ibushi style matches. You got to remember he got hurt, had a huge falling out with New Japan. And I don't know if we're ever going to see Prime Ibushi again. Now, it could be he's too hurt. It can only do MMA style. Or it could be in the middle where he's not hurt, but he's taking it slow to come back. I don't know. Either way, I'm rooting for him. So, Ibushi, Tony Khan, book it. Let's get him down.
What if he's just tricking people?
What do you mean?
Making everybody think all he can do is the MMA style. He does it for like 6 months, and then he gets into a match with Kenny and does a real Kota style as soon as him and Kenny are a tag team.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great.
Like, that's the first time he has the courage to go back up on the turnbuckle. He's with Kenny there encouraging him.
Oh God, I just want to see. That would be awesome. Oh, could you? Okay, imagine. Okay.
There would be grown men crying in that audience if Kota Ibushi didn't go up a turnbuckle for the next 6 months of events, and then finally does with Kenny encouraging him that he can do it.
Oh my God, I would cry. I was gonna say, you said 6 months. I was like hoping at GLEAT. He's getting worked over at GLEAT, and then he comes up, and there's Kenny. Oh my God, that would be off the charts.
Let's think about how good the montage. Come on, if it happened in AEW, Tony would pay for the rights for "I Believe I Can Fly," and then we get a sweet montage of Kota soaring through the sky, slow motion, while "I Believe I Can Fly" plays, and it's overlaid like 50% opacity against a changing rotation of crying grown men in the audience as it's happening.
So yeah. Ibushi, you give us hope, and I'll be watching. I might go live, but like I said, the old struggle. Save money. Go to more live events. They don't go together. They don't go together at all. We'll have to figure it out. Because I kind of like paying. I know this is going to sound weird. I kind of like paying to go to live events so that I can give fair things. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, this show sucked, and be like, okay, you don't have your pass anymore. I kind of don't like that. And that's what happens in Hollywood and pro wrestling. But not Ibushi, you son of a bitch. Not Ibushi. Ibushi! Return! I can't wait.
You just only go to Ibushi events. That's it.
I only cover Ibushi, and I'll be like, I love him!
It was great.
I started a new magazine called Ibushi Lovers. It's just me, you, and Golden Star Alex who are subscribed.
The Himbo Chronicler.
It's just, hey, wherever he goes, I gotta follow him. Sorry. Golden Lovers. What's a good name for a magazine? Golden Lovers Club? Yeah, I think that's good, right? The Golden Lovers Club? I was like, yes, I'm here.
News.
I'm here to cover for the Golden Lovers Club. We got it. All right, fine. We got it. Get us the press credentials. Ibushi, we're rooting for you. Kick some butt. All right, next story. This one, the raccoon was motivated. He's like, this better be on the list. I was like, all right. CM Punk is on Collision. It's a brand split that's not a brand split, and he has a red bag. And I don't think it's little orphan Coco's goddamn Christmas presents. According to him, it is the championship belt he never lost. And you have a fear, Sid. I have a fear, but I'll let you just say what your fear is.
They're gonna have another fucking main belt. It's gonna be stupid. They already have too many belts. They don't need to keep adding belts. I don't understand why they're adding another belt. And if they're adding another main event belt just because these two assholes can't work on the same show, which fine. I understand why half the parties don't want to. I think it's stupid that the split's happening. But if they add another main title belt just because of this stupid split, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be annoying. And while we're on the topic of the split, it's pretty stupid that you have the trios titles being something that fucking Dick Bag and his two sidekicks are talking about now, as if the trios title doesn't make more sense staying wherever the elite are in the rules of this stupid split. I hate the new belt idea. You don't need another belt, Tony.
Tony's like, I can solve all problems. Everyone's a champion. Everyone's a champion. Poor Tony's running it like an E-Fed.
I blame Triple H. I blame Triple H. Triple H had to keep unveiling new belts over and over and over. He unveiled like 7 belt redos. And Tony's just sitting there getting blue balls because he can't redo his belts. They're all young. And then now we're going to get this. Thanks a lot, Triple H.
Triple H. Sometimes being motivated by AEW or motivated by WWE ruins it. Oh my god. I just maybe he just doesn't bring the red bag out anymore. You know, he's just like, hey. I mean, because here's the thing. Tony has dropped storylines that don't work.
Listen,
this is one, Tony.
Let's drop this one then. Tony, hear me out. All you have to do is have security walking away on camera during the next collision with a red bag like they live in his locker. Like, go to him in a match at the opener of the show. CM Punk's in the ring cutting a promo or something, or he's in a match, and then afterwards you cut to the camera of a security guard walking out of CM Punk's dressing room with the little red bag and just walking away and getting in a black tinted vehicle limo and driving away. And then, you know, there's a presser. We've recovered the original belt and we'll be returning it to MJF. Turns out MJF hired a security guard to go get the other belt because it's his belt.
I hate to say this, but, you know, maybe we can make an appearance. Is Repo Man still alive? I don't know, man. That's one thing I hate about pro wrestling and getting old. You're like, I'll reference something. Is he still alive? But I don't know. You can get anyone. Or what if Christian Cage is like, hey, I'm the only one that carries a title and it's meaningless. And he just takes the bag.
You don't need another belt, Tony.
He needs another belt. Everyone needs more belts.
Hot off the heels of me complaining about the fact that we have to see that stupid FTR belt or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, just less belts. Take control of your company. CM Punk, you're becoming something that you hated, but maybe every time you look in the mirror, you're always that guy. All right. Next topic. Whoop. AEW Fight Forever. All right. It came out this week. We streamed it a bunch on Twitch, and I don't think anyone is giving this game a fair review at all. I also noticed that, like, people are used. I know this is gonna sound weird. Not only do we worship corporations, people are used to it. Like, it's not even the fucking norm. You know, you're like, when Madden and Blitz came out, both of them were football games, but they were different. Mm-hmm. I don't remember anyone asking which one was better. I don't remember, like, the media going, well, Blitz isn't as good as Madden. Madden's not as good as Blitz. Because it was so different that there was benefits to both of them. Now I look at IGN, and they're like, can they knock off the number one guy? Sucking corporations has become so the norm that even the highest of reviewers in the mainstream media don't realize they're doing it. It's kind of silly. I overall like it. I give it a 7 out of 10. If you're a really old school fan and like the old school arcadey style, you can give it a bonus point. And if you're an AEW fan, you can give it another bonus point. I think WWE does some things better than AEW. I think AEW does something better than WWE. But this game just shows you how loyal people are to corporations. I think this might be one of the games that doesn't get fairly reviewed at all. Your thoughts on it, sir?
I don't own it, so I can't really give an assessment on it. But from what I've seen of it played, it looks like it's fun. But they will need to add a creative wrestler sharing feature, but if they really want to stay competitive.
Yeah. Definitely want to do the creative wrestling thing. There's stuff that they can improve on, and I think they will. And I think to keep it active, it's really hard to start a brand new video game. It's really hard to start that, but you like a perfect example is Fall Guys. Fall Guys, it took them forever to make new things so that people that absolutely loved the game stopped playing. There's also a wrestling game that was arcadey that did the same thing. The only one that did it right was Fire Pro, but Fire Pro had the 8-bit, 16-bit graphics, and people really love how graphics look in video games. I was never been a graphics guy that much, as long as it doesn't.
I don't know. To me, it's too retro. I can't get into it. It's too dated looking. Yeah,
I like the retro look though. I like it, but overall, I enjoy it a lot. But I think it will be a dead game if they don't update. They said they're not going to make it a yearly release, which for those that play sports games, no, that's amazing. A lot of Japanese sports games and Fire Pro do that. And there's rumors of New Japan, because they have all the New Japan names in the Creator Wrestler already. New Japan and Impact possibly teaming up. And I just think this game stays alive by how much they update it. And not only that, but like, I don't know if AEW and WWE are directly competing and changing. But I do know WWE 2K made a lot of announcements that they haven't made in a long time when AEW Fight Forever came. And also, a 2K marketing trick that works is they always say, this is really clever as far as marketing goes. It helped them with the NBA series. They always say, we're the #1 rated wrestling game. We're the #1 rated basketball game. That's a 2K marketing tactic that works because if you are... you know nothing about AEW, know nothing about WWE, know nothing about video games, and your grandson wants a wrestling game, you're like, my grandson, like, you just look, and it says, we're the #1 rated. You're like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep, that's the one. #1 rated, got it. So, smart marketed by 2K. I think competition's a good thing. I think tribalism is a bad thing. And there are some things that WWE does so much better. There's some things that AEW does so much better. But it's a different type of game. I say, WWE is closer to Madden. For Fight Forever is closer to Blitz. And I think actually playing it's Fight Forever is fun. But the creative options and simming, I still have to give to WWE. So, and the storyline's fun. The Road to Elite is a lot of fun. It's just a lot of times they'll put stuff in the wrong order. So, like, you'll win the women's title, and then they're like, oh, in the history of AEW, it's like, you should have put that before. Like, when you're playing the storyline, sometimes it goes out of order. Like, you'll go fight, like, I'll go fight Nick Jackson, and then after I fight Nick Jackson's like, how about we fight on Rampage? I'm like, bro, we just did. We literally just did. That segment is over. But I think that could be all fixed in updates. Updates and content will be the name of the game. And if you like pro wrestling arcadey style, it's worth the buy. Yeah, so there you go. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10 with a bonus for retro and a bonus for AEW. And that's up to you if you give them those bonuses. All right, there you go. Next. Boop. Jade Berg, a little bit on the break, and she's over here tweeting out, and I'm a huge fan of Jade Berg. I'm a huge fan of someone improving while hiding their weaknesses, booking storylines. And I don't mind Twitter, I don't mind that, but I do think sometimes you need a PR person. I think you can read a story and be like, yeah, both sides are wrong on this situation. Both sides are wrong on this situation. And here's the thing. Listen, I will take Jade Berg having a PR disaster and the fans being a dick way before Shootfabe. If this is Shootfabe, Tony, I'm fucking... fuck you. Fuck you. Just get it out of the way. This better be a genuine mishap. This better not be, oh, there's a storyline. Bullshit.
It's gonna be
Ain't
Shootfabe.
fucking having it. You think it's, oh god damn, it's gonna be Shootfabe. Just give us good matches. Sorry.
Nope. Tony loves Shootfabe.
He does. All right, let's look at this Shootfabe allegedly. So Jade is all dressed up nice. She's in red. She's outside of wrestling bubble is nice. I might stay. And, understandable. Your husband's a famous person. You're a college athlete. I understand. Dude, content creators. I'm retired on a fixed income. I've never thought about quitting content creating ever since I retired and on a fixed income. Like, I asked SidsLight, I'm like, hey, dude, I'm done. I'm done. I ain't doing a podcast. I'm done. I ain't done if I can do the Twitch stream. And so, like, once you have the good life, it's hard to, like, do it. Not even, I don't have her good life, but once you're kind of set in your ways, it just takes one idiot to be like, I don't like that other chatter. Like, all right, dude, I'm done. I don't fucking have to deal with this bullshit. But yeah. I'm sure she has that with her husband being as successful as he is, as successful as she is. I'm sure she has well, fuck it, maybe I just don't go back. But of course, someone says, we miss you, are you coming back soon? Jade says no. All right, yeah, if I have to word it like that. And then Dr. Evil 3000 writes, did you... I don't know if I'd respond to Dr. Evil 3000. But it's AEW wrestling that made you famous. Don't forget that. Now, a part of it's true, but do we really have to throw it in her face? You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
And Jade goes, no, they did not. You know me because of AEW. A lot of fans know me prior. But go on. That's the reason I stuck with my name rather than a stage name. And then she goes on, saying, I introduced Shaq to AEW, moron. He would have never been there unless anyone else. So she says she's the reason that Shaq came here. Here's the thing.
Shaq going there wasn't a great thing.
You could have just walked away. Here's the thing. These are two fucking people. I just said, you can leave details out. All right, Jade? Yes, here you go. All right, outside of the wrestling bubble is nice. Bam. Don't say I might stay, because you're just looking to fucking poke the flames. You're like, hey, here you go. Oh, jeez. You ever notice the people that are fucking the biggest bullies online are usually the most sensitive? Like, I don't know. I've been noticing that. It's like, oh, man, I don't want to fucking fight with you if you're so sensitive. And so there you go. And then, but it's AEW that made you famous. Don't forget that. No, they did it. You know me because of AEW. A lot of my fans do. You were a college female basketball star. Not that many fucking people knew who you were. Your husband's famous. I don't know. I just thought, if this isn't Shootfabe, she had too much wine and someone has to take away the Twitter machine. And I love you, Jade, but it's like, really? So
I think she had a decent social media presence before AEW.
Yeah, but is that enough? Is it that, it's like people know who I am. It just seems weird. It's kind of like, I love Jade, but it's like, dude, just fucking like, all right, there you go. What are you going to do? I don't know. Sometimes I love social media and I love Twitter. But if I'm arguing with an idiot, especially if they're sensitive, I just walk away. It's just like, dude, I'm done. I'm done. I don't have time for this shit. Maybe that's how she is. Maybe she's like, I'm done. But she is getting a little spicy, throwing out some insults. And I just think all around it's dumb. It's just dumb. But here's the thing, like, if she never comes back, she had a pretty good run. She went undefeated. Just let her go live happily with her family.
But how shit is that if she leaves after fucking one loss after they booked it like that?
She's like, I'm done.
Like, I would say that's a pretty garbage comeback move, personally. After how hard they booked her to be dominant to leave because she lost one match, like, that would be crazy.
That would be amazing. It would be like Goldberg, like, hey, I'm out. Fuck that.
Yeah, like, holy shit, that would be a scumbag move.
It would. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I was like, thank you for your time and service. Salute.
Yeah, let her. She buried so many people for so long. Like, it was ridiculous. So to immediately leave after one loss seems like she fucked him.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe they worked us. Maybe it's Shootfabe. But if it's Shootfabe, I'm just like, like, is that the response you want? Is that the response you want? We're talking about it because it's stupid. But then the payoff is us going,
Yeah.
Is that the new working fans over? And it's like, you talked about it on your podcast and now you're disappointed. The plan worked perfectly.
Got him.
We fucking
Another one
worked them.
bites the dust.
Jade, wherever you go, be happy. And yeah, just, she was definitely looking to poke the bear, though, She's like, yeah, poke the bear. And then people are like, oh. So, man, people love throwing insults, but they like are quick to be sensitive. That's the human beings these days. Like to me, I try not to insult people unless like I'm genuinely mean it. But now it's just like an insult mania. Anyway, Jade, we look forward to you coming back. If not, just be happy. Know what my fear is? That she won't come back and then she'll just be bitter, angry lady on Twitter. She'll be drinking wine and be like, yeah, fucking wrestling is stupid. Pull the old Ronda Rousey.
Which Ronda might do again.
She might. Who knows? It's like, you know what I really fucking hated? Humans. They're fucking weird, man. Be strong and be kind. I feel like this turned into a kindergarten class. Be strong, be confident, but also be kind enough, If you're gonna be mean, you better have thick skin. If you don't have thick skin, you better be kind. A nice little balance would be perfect. All right, Jade, I love you, and I'll always chant, Jade Berg. All right, now, taking stock. Buy or sell. All right, so today's number one topic.
No, I'm good. Sell sing-alongs.
Right.
I have been holding this in this whole podcast. Sell sing-alongs. I am so tired of sitting there listening to Seth Rollins fans go, oh. I hate it so much. God, I hate it. I'd sell it.
Here's my thing. We're asking today, number one topic, buy or sell singing entrances song. Feel free to leave it in the comments what you want. I got mixed reviews. Because sometimes it just feels great. An arena singing your song. But I also am not a big fan of all they're waiting for is the entrances. It's like, all right, I said, whoa, with fucking Cody. I say, and then as soon as the match starts, you're like, did you hear me say, whoa? It's like, I don't know. It reminds me of Japanese baseball. We sing along, we go crazy, go insane, but every fucking pitch we care about. It doesn't seem that way with some of these sing-alongs.
No, it doesn't. They just do it just because. All right, do you remember whenever Fandangoing was popular before they killed it? And what's his name? He used to be like, oh, they're going crazy, Mackle. They love it.
Yeah.
JBL used to. That's how I feel like about it. It's like, they're going crazy. They love it. And I don't know why, but they're real into doing the whoas.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, if you're passionate through the whole thing, I'm okay. But it seems like an on-off switch. There's the entrance, you're pumped up, and then unlike Japanese baseball, you just go on your phone. You're tweeting. I fucking said the whoa. I sang fucking with Chris Jericho. It's got to the point where, we used to make fun of it, that WWE is going to get to where it's just entrances and not matches. Look at some of the Money in the Bank times. 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes. And, I don't like long matches for the sake of long matches. Tell your story in 9, 10 minutes. But it's getting to where, no, we're going to do the entrances, and then the match is second. And all I'm asking for, all right, if you're gonna sing along and go crazy, which I'm fine with,
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely fine with, be as pumped up for the rest of the fucking show. You know, don't be like, all right, I can't wait for the next entrance.
Yeah. Like, God, the sing-alongs are so fucking annoying though. Like, I they're cool when they happen like once in a blue moon, or like the song cuts out and the fans still go with it. Like the first time, second time, it's cool. The 57th time in a row is not cool.
And here's the thing, the entrance music is going to be more important than the wrestler soon. It's
Yeah.
like, can they sing along? You know?
Well, I mean, the Guns got over by changing their entrance and using Many Man one time.
Yeah, that's true. I guess entrances have taken over. Entrances have taken over.
Eh,
But yeah,
even the
it
Ass
is an
Boys.
interesting situation. But here's another thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I have no rhythm. Like when people are clapping on point, I'm like, oh god, fucking, do I clap off point? Do I look at my friend? What do I do? Do you? Maybe we just don't have rhythm. That's the problem.
Nah, I have rhythm.
Okay,
I can clap with other people.
dude, it's always in my head. I'm like, yeah, am I clapping off key? What's going on? Are we doing this together?
Shame.
Yeah, no rhythm, no musical talent whatsoever. So now you know my weakness. That's why
I
I
can
never
tell
go,
by looking at you.
whoa, whatever. Whatever. But
One glance at you,
it
and I
does
know.
feel good. But yeah, who knows? Maybe soon it'll be WWE concerts. Because I guarantee there's fans that pay tickets and are like, oh goddamn, when's this match over? I can't wait for the next entrance. Who is it?
Can't
Who
wait
is
to
it?
sing.
Can't wait. I gotta sing it. It's karaoke night. So there you go. There you go. All right, buy or sell. Singing songs. I'm not as negative as you. I'm going lightly sell, but I think you're selling all stocks. You're like, get it out of here.
Yeah, I'm over it.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. Sell brands on AEW. I know we watched Collision and we both forgot what the fuck happened. As soon as
Yeah.
someone says I'm on this brand in AEW, my fucking brain shuts off like it's not important. Like my brain, like, oh, I'm not even supposed to be here. All right, well, this ain't important. I don't think the brand split is the answer at all. Because I just want one AEW where records matter. I'm the asshole that remembers that. But like,
Hmm.
if I hear, oh man, but I'm a Collision guy, I'm a Dynamite guy, I'm fucking Team Rampage for life. I don't know. It literally takes me out of it. I'm just picturing, I'm a pretty little princess. I'm in the mood. And then you're like, I'm a Collision guy. Like, get the fuck, pack your shit. Get out, dude. What the fuck is that? I fucking want to hear fucking, I'm a Collision guy. Okay. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm over the brand split. I think it's ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous before they implemented it, and every new thing they do that adds to it just makes me more annoyed with it. Like, it's so stupid.
And not only that, but the ratings are going down for Collision, but staying the same for Dynamite. And granted, it's Saturday night. But is this kind of like all on the back of CM Punk?
It seems like it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it works out for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Buy. I am buying Dragon Gate. They had a mask versus mask gimmick match where just people were crying. I don't review Dragon Gate enough, but I might start. Dragon Gate, if you
We used
like
to love Dragon
cruiserweight
Gate.
wrestling, factions that serve a purpose, and great storylines in its own little universe, Dragon Gate is fucking fantastic. They had a match where people had to unmask and shit, and like you can literally feel the tension in the air. People had tears down their eyes. It was fucking amazing. Big win, Dragon Gate. All right, do you got any buys or sells, sir?
I want to add on to that. If you like wrestlers like Ricochet in WWE, you'll love Dragon Gate, because Dragon Gate is where Ricochet came from, and it's also where Apollo Crews came from, but he was much cooler. He was Uhaa Nation. Dragon Gate is a work rate cruiserweight heaven. If you're into that wrestling, it's fantastic.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
And yeah, any more buys or sells from you?
yeah, I'm gonna sell Finn Balor
Ooh.
in Judgment Day.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fair.
I'm kind of over him. I feel like at this point he's the weak link in the faction and kind of drags him down. And he's just the character he's been portraying has just been whiny little puss puss.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, like, because when it comes to Finn Balor, Nakamura, and stuff, I root for them, but it's kind of like they have no shot in WWE, and that's kind of
Hmm.
sad. So maybe him leaving and becoming a face or becoming demon might change that. But I don't know. I love you, Finn Balor, but selling you on this whole group thing situation might be best. All right,
I
and go
I
ahead,
have
sir.
one more. I
All right.
want to buy MJF and Adam Cole. I think
Oh,
MJF treating Adam Cole like he's the only person he won't betray or backstab would be the greatest long-term story. I love their little friendship, the little clip from that Adam Cole stream where MJF was calling him and like all of it. It's
boundaries.
been great. It's been gold so far.
100%. I absolutely love it. And here's the thing. For the longest time, I liked MJF, but I thought he was overhyped because he was recycling stuff. This has brought in so much fresh air. He found his voice, and it just works perfectly. And I also said MJF, when he's in Long Island, is a way better character than any other city. And I feel
Mhm.
with this storyline, the Long Island MJF is coming out more. So I'm definitely gonna buy that. I'm definitely
I'll
gonna buy
say
that.
I'm actually, funny enough, I'm the opposite of you as far as that goes, where I was tired of Adam Cole because I felt like he was just recycling things because all he
Mm.
was doing was what he did in NXT for like 2 years when he first came. And to me, this has made him fresh for me again, where I've been interested in Adam Cole again because of this.
Yeah, that is a great point. I don't, and the thing is, I didn't see Adam Cole that way as the way you did, but it is a great point. I saw Adam Cole as like he never got started. It was like he's here, but he's not doing anything. And yeah, he did do the stuff in NXT, but he also didn't do much stuff. So
Yeah.
to me, I think this is great for both their careers, and I hope this isn't a one off. I hope this is a long term storyline. It would be great. Because it would be also great, too. Like, there's so many options and so many hours of entertainment in it. So
Hmm.
I think this is the best. I think it's best for both of them. Yeah. Because, like, I agree with what you said about Adam Cole. I just looked at it differently. I looked at it as going, oh, yeah, I just looked at it as he hasn't got started. But yeah, the way you
Hmm.
say it too is either way we kind of agree, even though we looked at it. It's fresh. It's freshness for Adam Cole. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where this goes. And I think the match, them as a tag team would be great, and also down the road, them breaking up would be great. And
Yeah.
we need a long term storyline, and the storyline helps both of them so much. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
double buy. I'm gonna double buy. Great point.
Especially because like they don't even have to really feud for the storyline to keep working. It could be something as simple as MJF doing usual MJF heel piece of shit stuff. He does it out there in the ring or whatever to somebody else in another feud. And when he goes backstage, Adam Cole stops him and he's like, "Hey, what was that, Max? Remember what we talked about? You're not supposed to do these sort of things anymore." Like, dude, I'd be instantly laughing.
Yeah, yeah. It's awesome. All right, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. My friend the raccoon, his name is SidsLight. He's at SidsLight on the Twitter machine, Twitch, and YouTube. He reviews horrors. And I am Kocosports on everything, and Coco Plays on YouTube. And we both stream on Twitch, and it's fun making these podcasts. So there you go. Any last words, Sid?
No, you covered it.
With that, I am over. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, ba-dum, bum, bum, boom.